Hi, everybody. Good to see you today. It's Joe from PrepAgent, as usual. And today we're going to go over contracts. But I want to remind everybody today that tomorrow the webinar is going to be public. So there's going to be a lot more people tomorrow. It's going to be one of those where it's going to be difficult to comment. So I just wanted to give you guys a heads up because you are my loyal premium members. So I want to be aware of what's going to happen tomorrow. Other than that, let's begin. My thumbs up, happy face. Okay. So here we're doing contracts. Before we do anything here, can you guys tell me the 4 essentials of a valid contract? What are the 4 essentials of a valid contract? What do you guys think? Okay, before we start any discussion on contracts, we got to know that answer first. Okay, so with that being said, let's look at the first question. In accordance to statute of frauds, which of the following must be in writing? A listing contract. B, a lease on fruit or nut-bearing trees for the time the fruit is in season, so it can be picked. C, a single-family residence offered by sale by owner. Or D, a lease for a period of longer than 1 year. What do you guys think? And the answer is D. And going back to that 4 essentials, it is lawful object, consideration, mutual consent, and capable parties. It looked like all you guys knew that. All right, the answer is D. Did any of you guys attend my webinar yesterday on how to choose a broker? I went over 15 rules on how to find a broker. Were any of you guys there for that? Did you guys like it? If you liked it, I want to keep doing that. Just curious what you guys thought. Oh, Lori did not like it. Okay. All right, here we go. Next question. The buyer of a home was not informed that the house was on a septic tank system. The buyer has the right to A, remain silent, B, sue the broker for the license, C, rescind the contract, or D, sue the title company for failure to discover the problem. Oh, thanks for clarifying, Laura. That makes me feel, well, no, I don't feel better you didn't intend. I feel better that thinking did attend, didn't like it. Okay, and the answer here is C, rescind the contract. Okay, good. So they have the right to rescind on that. What kind of fraud are they talking about in this question? When the buyer of a home was not informed the house was on a septic tank. What kind of fraud is that? Let's see who's been studying. What kind of fraud would that be? Not statute of fraud, not actual fraud. Nope, it's not actual fraud. Not constructive fraud. The answer would be, everybody write this down, negative fraud. Negative fraud. Negative fraud is suppression of truth, okay? Is when they don't say anything at all. Okay, negative frauds, actual frauds when you're straight up lying, like you're verbally just lying to their face. Negative fraud is just lying through omission. Everybody got that? Looks like some of us got that wrong. So I want us all to get that right, okay? So negative fraud is when you just don't mention it. And in this question, the buyer is not informed, so they just didn't mention it. Does everybody understand that? Give me a thumbs up if you got that. So that's an important one. I'm glad I went over that. Okay, so negative fraud is lying through omission. And cruelty-free me, asks if the buyer moves in, discovers it, they can rescind. Yes, I'll take you up on this cruelty-free me. All right, so yes, they can rescind. Does that make the contract void or voidable or valid? Does that make the contract valid, void, or voidable? What do you guys think? Does that make the contract valid, void, or voidable? So that would make it voidable. Why would that make the contract voidable? And by the way, do you guys see how we're tying all these concepts together? I hope you're seeing that these aren't isolated things. Okay, we're tying all these concepts together into one big, awesome contract law. All right, and Sylvia nailed it on the head. They might still want it. You may not have a problem living on top of a septic tank. I mean, you may just want to take down the whole thing and just want the land. I don't know. Okay, so just because they didn't disclose something doesn't mean you can't buy it. It means you have the option to rescind. Does everybody understand that? So therefore, it makes it voidable. Voidable. You guys got that? Okay. Good. Okay, next question on the board. In which of the following contracts does one of the parties agree not to revoke an offer for a certain period of time? A, ratification, B, a listing contract, C, an option, or D, an estate for years? And the answer would be C, an option. Okay. When there's an option, all right, you purchase the right to do something, but you don't have to do anything. Does that make it unilateral or bilateral? What do you guys think? Does that make it unilateral or bilateral? Okay, that would make it unilateral. Good. We've seen some creative names in these groups. Cruelty-free meat, that's definitely one of the more creative ones we've seen. Okay, moving right along. Any advance fee contract used in connection with a real estate or business opportunity listing must include all the following except A, the date the fee is to be paid, B, the total amount of the advance fee to be charged, C, a detailed description of the services to be performed, or D, a guarantee that the sale, lease, or exchange will be completed. What do you guys think? A guarantee the sale, lease, or exchange will be completed. Okay. All right, why is the option D? Because you can never guarantee the sale. Why can you never guarantee the sale? What do you guys think? Why can you never guarantee the sale? Okay, here's the real simple answer. You cannot guarantee the sale of the house because it's not your house. All right. What are you contracted to do? What are you guys contracted to do when you get a listing? What is it you're contracted to do? You're contracted to find a buyer. Nice job, Tosha. Okay, you're contracted to find a buyer. You are not contracted to sell the house. Only the seller can meet that buyer that you bring to them, and they can decide whether to do a transaction with them. Okay, you have no control of the sale of the house, even an advance fee contract. Okay, and some of you guys asked, what's an advance fee contract? It just means instead of getting paid a commission based on the sale of the house, you just get paid money up front. All right, and then you list the house for the people. Okay, so an advance fee contract, sometimes you see that happening when people don't want the help of an agent, but they just want you to put it up on the listing services, like the local MLS. So they'll pay you just to put up the listing. All right, does that make sense, guys? Okay. What listing requires an owner to pay a commission even though she sells the property herself? A, net listing. B, exclusive right to sell listing. C, exclusive agency listing. D, an open listing. Okay. And the answer would be B, exclusive right to sell. Okay. What is an exclusive right to sell listing? What do you guys think? What is an exclusive right to sell listing? Okay, exclusive agency also has one broker. So any exclusive listing has one broker. Aviva said it great. So that one broker gets paid no matter what. Okay, the broker gets paid no matter what. Whereas an exclusive agency, there's one broker, but what can happen? What can happen in an exclusive agency listing? What do you guys think can happen in an exclusive agency listing? The seller can find a buyer and you get paid nothing. Okay, what's an open listing? What do you guys think? What's an open listing? Multiple brokers. Good. Which one of the listings on the board is a unilateral contract? Which one of the listings on the board is a unilateral contract? The open listing. Good job, guys. Which one of the listings on the board do you not, do you need a termination date? Which one of the listings on the board do you need a termination date? Okay, the answer would be exclusive right to sell. Why do you not need a termination date with an open listing? What do you guys think? In an open listing, you do not need a definite termination date. Why is that? Why is that? What do you guys think? Yes, because the owner could go with another broker anytime. Where exclusive right to sell, you cannot go with another broker until your contract terminates with the current broker. And Tasha, I just asked, why do you not need a definite termination date in an open listing? That was my question. An option or an optionee make a contract for an option on a commercial piece of property. If the optionee decides to exercise his option, when must he perform? A, he must exercise his option within 6 months under state law. B, he can exercise his option whenever he wants. C, he must exercise the option when the optionor demands it. Or D, he must exercise his option under the terms of the option contract. And the answer is D. Okay, moving right along. Usually, a broker has a right to commission only on the basis of negotiations when he completes during the term of the listing agreement, unless A, the listing involves the exchange of properties, B, the completion was during the protection period clause, C, the listing agreement has a liquidated damages clause, or D, he brings a court suit against his principal. What do you guys think? Okay, Belkis went with D. Cruelty free me is on D. Carmen, D. Let's go with D. Let's see what happens, guys. And the answer is B. Okay, let's look at this one together. This one's a little confusing. I agree. All right. Usually, a broker has a right to commission only on the basis of negotiations, which he completes during the term of the listing, unless. Okay. So, what is the protection period clause? It's also known as a safety clause. What do you guys think? What is a protection period clause? It's also known as a safety clause. What do you guys think? What is that? Okay, Carmen says it protects the agent. All right, how so? What do you guys think? It is not relevant to escrow. Okay, so what it is, it's a time to close deals with buyers you were working with during the term of the listing. Okay, and you can close the deals after the listing has expired. It is not a time to find a new buyer. It is a time to close deals with buyers you found during the term of the listing. Okay, and they're negotiated, usually they're around 2 weeks, but it's just meant to close deals with buyers you found during the term of the listing. But like I said, it's not a time to find a new buyer. So therefore, if you guys look at this question, it says usually as a broker has a right to commission only on the basis of negotiations which he completed during the term of the listing, unless they have that protection period clause. Because in that case, they could get the commissions on things that happen after the term of the listing expired. Okay, does that make sense, guys? All right, good. Do we have any bilingual or trilingual people here? I found real estate agents who speak more than one language. There's a whole nother world of business to them. And you guys trilingual? What language do you guys speak? See what interesting people we got here. Okay. For that, let's see. We got a contract in which all parties have fulfilled their promise is A, executed contract, B, completed contract, C, expired contract, D, executed contract. Ooh, a lot of languages here. Okay. And the answer would be, what do you guys think? A, good. Saw some Russian there, Privyet. Saw some Spanish, hola. If you guys watch my channel, for a while I was doing interviews with a girl named Luna, and she spoke Chinese fluently, and she got so much business through people who only spoke Chinese. It was just a good example. If you follow her, you could see somebody who managed to cross cultures, and she got a lot of business that way. Okay, which of the following events does not usually terminate a listing? A, death of either the listing broker or seller. B, death of either the selling broker or buyer. C, foreclosure on the listed property. D, expiration of the agreed upon time period. Ooh, Jenny speaks 3 languages, Chinese. Ni hao ma. How many of you guys are surprised that I know Chinese? Bet you some of you guys are surprised. Okay, the answer is, let's look at this here. Okay, death of either the selling broker or buyer. All right, it says which of the following events does not usually terminate a listing? Okay, the selling broker or buyer. Remember, okay, the listing belongs with that brokerage. Okay, and as long as the seller themselves doesn't die, then you're okay. The listing can continue. It's the sellers, not necessarily the selling broker. Portuguese. Você boom. Okay, Miriam asked me, because a fully executed contract just means it has been signed by all parties. Well, fully executed is not just that it was signed, it also means that it's completed. It's done. Muito bem. All right. The document that defines the relationship between the broker and the seller is the A, purchase contract, B, disclosure statement, C, exclusive agency contract, or D, listing agreement. This is the easy one. I hope you guys get this right. Okay, Sylvie asked, but wouldn't the company have to renegotiate the contract if the broker dies? Don't confuse reality with best business practice. Best business practice, yeah, they probably have to renegotiate the contract. Okay, but the reality of the law is the listing just continues. The listing continues as normal. Okay, moving right along. webinars are posted on the PrepAgent website, not the YouTube channel. So these webinars are just accessible to you. That's what I was saying. The one tomorrow that I'm going to do is for the public. That's why I said when I started this webinar today, gosh, I'm getting distracted for a second. Sorry, I was reading some of your guys' questions. Tomorrow, that one's going to be public. That's why I said there's going to be a lot of people on it tomorrow. But these ones you're seeing now, that's just on the PrepAgent website. Okay, which of the following is not a type of listing contract? A, open listing. B, exclusive right to sell. C, exclusive agency. Or D, MLS contract. Okay, and the answer is MLS. So we went over the different types of listings quite a bit before, so we'll move on from this. An offeree has the right to A, rescind an offer, B, release an offer, C, revoke an offer, or D, reject an offer. What do you guys think? Well, who is the offeree and who's the offeror? What do you guys think? Who's the offeree and who's the offeror? What do you guys think? Who's the offeree and who's the offeror? So the offeror is typically the buyer. They're the one giving the offer. The offeree is the seller. They're receiving that offer. So now that you guys know that, if you want to take another swing at this before I click the answer, go for it. So the offeree is the seller because they're receiving the offer. The offeror is the buyer because they're giving the offer. Not sure if that changes your guys' answer with that new piece of info there. Okay, remember, they're the seller, so they're receiving that offer so they can reject it. Okay, so the offeree is the one receiving that offer so they can reject it. Ooh, hope. May need a new real estate teacher. No, I'm sure they were explaining it in a great way. Just different. Okay, which of the following is not required for a contract to be legally binding? A, mutual consent, B, writing, C, capacity, or D, lawful object? Okay, and the answer is B. So some of you guys talk about the classes you take locally, which is always great to meet other people and take classes locally. But you really, before you sign up for a class, if it's not too late, and some of you guys are going to do weekend crash courses, please look at why the teacher is there. Are they just brokers or agents using it as a recruiting tool to recruit for their office? Or are they teachers, like that's what they do? Like they're really passionate about it, they're really excited about it? Or are they just there and they're basically just going to read out of a book to you until the clock strikes 5? They're going to hand you out material for their brokerage. There's a big difference. So you really got to find out if the person is actually passionate about teaching or likes it, or that's what they do, or they're just trying to get you through the door so they can hand you promotional material. Then they just read out of a book, and so they can fill a requirement and then send you on your way. How many of you guys have had that experience where you go into a teacher and they just kind of read out of a book, they give some personal anecdote about their own real estate practice, which you don't really care about, and they try and give you some inspirational sentence which doesn't inspire you because you're already annoyed, and then you just want to get out of there? I think it's just so arrogant when they give this speech about this is how you become successful in real estate. You're like, just shut it. Just give me the answers. I want to get out of here and pass. Is that rude for me to say? But it's totally true. You guys are totally thinking it when they go on those tangents. All right, here we go. Which of the following prevents a person from adopting a position which is in conflict with a previous position or previous action? A, lease pendant. B, fiduciary duty. C, doctrine of estoppel. Or D, doctrine of good faith. Okay, estoppel just means you can't go back on a position you had before. All right, you can't take a position that contradicts a previous one. So if you want your keywords, if you guys want to write down keywords to help you pass, or estoppel, say you can't contradict a previous position. So let's write that down together. Everybody write down estoppel, cannot contradict a previous position. Cannot contradict a previous position. Okay, so let's just write estoppel, cannot contradict a previous position. Okay. Monies, labor, supplies, or other consideration given by a landlord to a tenant to construct the premise for occupancy would be called A, earnest money, B, interim occupancy agreement, C, tenant improvement allowances, or D, security deposit. Okay, good. C. Speaking of being passionate for teaching, if any of you guys want to do what I do, just send me a message. We're looking for more people. Right now, I'm in the process of training one person. And, I would like to look for more, so I could offer more classes. But I really want you to have personality. So if you don't have more personality than I do, then you can't do this. That's a requirement. You need more personality than me. But if you got that, send me a message, and we'll see if we can get you going. It's a nice way to make some side income while you're trying to sell some real estate. Okay. Tenant Albert agrees to perform certain property repairs for owner Bob despite repeated promises. Albert fails to perform the repairs. Bob then writes up a contract and compels Albert to sign it by threatening to evict him if he doesn't. Such a contract would be void, voidable, illegal, or enforceable. Send me a message to the Facebook page. That's the best way to do it. But you could also do it via the website. But it goes directly to me through the Facebook page. So the website, our admin has to allocate the message to me, has to forward it on to me. Okay, and you guys should all be circling voidable once you saw the word threaten. Okay, good. Under which of the listings must an owner pay a commission even if he sells entirely through his own efforts? A, exclusive right to sell listing. B, non-exclusive listing. C, restricted listing. Or D, exclusive agency listing. What do you guys think? A, exclusive right to sell listing. Good job, everybody. Avoidable contract remains binding upon the parties until the contract is A, qualified, B, rescinded, C, invalidated, or D, discovered. Good, it's valid until rescinded. Excellent. Okay, so they have the option to rescind, but until they do that, everything's moving forward. Which is true concerning an option? Title acquired by exercise an option usually dates back to the time of the option and cuts off intervening rights acquired with the knowledge existing in the option. B, the optionee has no interest or estate in the land. C, all of the other options are correct. D, only the optionor is bound to the sale. And how many of you guys saw one of the answers is long and you're like, ugh, reading. I hate reading. Gross. Okay, so which one of these is true? Ooh, you guys are going with a perennial all of the above. And you would be correct. Good. Excellent. Okay, guys, so that's that for today. Just to give you guys a heads up, like I said, tomorrow is going to be one of those public ones. I haven't done it for like a month or so, and I usually try and do that for the public every once in a while. So tomorrow we're going to be doing a public one. We're going to be doing vocabulary. Love for you guys to join. Help me out. Keep some of those people from the public in check who don't know what's going on or don't know the routine. And the other thing I want to give you guys a heads up on is I'm going to try doing it this weekend. So I'm not doing it Thursday and Friday. We're going to do it Saturday and Sunday. Okay. I'm moving it to Saturday and Sunday because right now I'm the only one doing it. So I'm always trying to do different times to see what works and coordinate to help different people. So this week we got Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Saturday and Sunday. And that's one of the reasons I want to bring on more people to do this. So we can offer more times. But until that happens, I'm trying to change up the times so that, I can help out different people. Because not everybody could all come at the same time. So this weekend, I'm moving the Thursday and Friday one to Saturday and Sunday. All right, so I'm going to try a weekend time. Let's see how that works out for everybody. All right, guys. Well, that's it for today. Enjoy your day. And this is Joe from PrepAgent. See you guys tomorrow. It's going to be crazy tomorrow.